Welcome to Bloom Valley. Everyone, it is great to be back and do some building today. Hey everybody, I'm Lost Bobbin, and I have spent the past 10 episodes building farms, going camping, doing some intense iron golem research. I'm eager to get back to building. So today's episode has two goals. First, I'm going to build a house around my Nether Portal. And then I'm going to rebuild the interior of my storage room. I thought I had a good design, but it's absolutely driving me crazy and needs an upgrade. All right, well, to begin, let's look at the palette I have for my Nether house. I'm going to go with all those moody red tones like nether brick and netherrack. It feels like a given. And then the stripped mangrove log shares the reds in the netherrack. But check it out. The cherry log is actually pretty moody. Oh, I forgot to strip the mangrove. But doesn't this cherry look really nice with the nether brick? For the roof, I'm going to keep with the overgrown mossy concept, but I'm going to corrupt it a little with the netherrack, and then I have dead bushes on top instead of everything looking really healthy. It'll still have a nice mix, but I did want that corrupted look. My first step is turning that grassy area under the portal into a giant rocky outcropping. I'll set up my time-lapse stand and give you guys a nice view while I work. For the floor, I'm using that bright pink cherry wood. This is 100% to keep this place as cheerful as possible because I'm going to be in and out of this building a lot. I'm using the upside down stairs to create kind of a cool architectural offset. I want this house to look like it is perched on top of the cliff face. For the basic architecture, I'm keeping this build similar to the other buildings with the stripped logs and the upside down stairs to build that mushroom-shaped house with the grassy roof. It's got to fit in even though it's different colors. Okay, here's a clear view showing the offset of those structural timbers. And then for the walls, I'm using netherrack, and then I'm going to use red tinted glass instead of clear, just to kind of keep that moody effect for this building. My concept with the lore would be that this house was built after they found the Nether Portal, so they used the materials from the Nether as sort of a warning that this house is different and may be dangerous. Check it out! The house looks totally perched up there. I'm adding more stone around the edges of the house to help the build look more like it was built into the cliff face. So on either side, I'm adding back in stone and steps and stuff to make that bouldery look surrounding the house. So now is when I add in the cherry log. I'm only using it as a horizontal accent, as if it's a load-bearing beam. I am so pleased with how well this goes with the other colors. I was a little afraid I wouldn't get to use the cherry because it's so bright bubblegum pink. It doesn't really go with the rest of my color palette. But I adore the cherry tree. I even made a replica for my craft channel. But my could took it. Oh well. I made this lovely dirt catwalk so I could look at the build without having to travel across the valley. Oh, I think this looks so cool. I love the transition from the cherry to the nether brick roof line. All right, the next step will be putting on the roof and then moving on to the interior. For the roof, I'm starting out with deep slate. I have a ton of it from mining for diamonds, and none of the traders are going to take it. Deep slate's one of those few blocks that will be replaced by a moss block if you bone meal the nearby moss block. This helps me keep my moss block from making mossy cobblestone for building, and I get to clear out my storage a little bit. Woohoo! Now that I have a mossy roof, I can go in and replace some of the moss with the corrupted netherrack, the weathered copper, the concrete, the terracotta. And instead of these pretty azalea bushes, I'm going to put in the dead bushes. I love and hate how so many details in Minecraft they're just for the builder. A sum total of 0 people will be up on this roof after I'm done. That looks so cool. It's totally hanging off the edge of the cliff exactly as I wanted it. I've been slowly spreading moss to the other parts of the cliff, but I suppose a huge terraform job is called for to really complete this effect. Well, that's a later bobbin problem. Okay, let's see what we can do inside this building. So I've already started working on the walls and the ceiling. I'm using mangrove trapdoors over those pink frog lights for the light in here. And what I want to do now is to work on the transition of the house back into the cliff. But first, let's block out the new location for the portal. Okay, the idea I had is the people of this village were carving into the mountain and discovered the Nether Portal. And after learning where it went, they abandoned the whole situation, covered it with a cliff house, and left warning signs for the other villagers. So I want to hide the portal behind kind of a carved out frame of stone. I'm going to do that with like stairs and slabs and stuff like that. Let me show you something cool you can do with frog lights. You can hide them under slabs and stairs. They're still going to light up the area, but it keeps that natural look. So I like this because I can keep the carved out stone effect without having to hang lanterns all over the place. Let's also hide the bed in here. Obviously, we need a place to set our spawn point. But a cozy bedroom would look out of place in here. There, that's cool. All right, let's light this puppy up. Come on. We're going to need to get some stuff from the piglins to finish this build. I found this bastion earlier, but I decided to wait to raid it. I'm looking for the Snout banner, and hopefully I can get the Snout armor trim too. Oh, and the pig step record while I'm here. I hate Hoglin stables. I hate Hoglins. Well, let's break this apart and see what's inside. I'm going to wall myself in because I'm sure I didn't capture all the piglins out there. Okay, it looks like the only real exciting thing in here is the soul speed on the boots. It's not really what I'm looking for. Aw, hey guys, are you stuck in a hole? Here, let me help you. Here's another chest to break. Well, it doesn't look like anyone's coming after me, so let's see what we got. The smithing template, hooray! Okay, so I know it's not original, but I was thinking I might try to collect them all and put them in an armory. What do you guys think? All right, anyway, let's keep moving. So at this point, I feel like I've been all over the structure and I haven't found the banner template. But I found this weird room and I had to kill 2 guards to get into this chest. Oh, a soul speed book. Okay, well that's way better than gold boots. So we can save that for other people's diamond boots. Okay, so I'm just going to drop off some of the extra stuff I'm carrying around. So from that little room, I just started like breaking holes in the walls to see if I could find a different area that I had not explored. And I got lucky. Y'all, there were a total of 2 double and 2 single chests up here. What? So I got what I came for. I have the Snout banner, the Snout armor trim, some bonus ancient debris, and the pig step record. Score. All right, let's get out of here. We're back in my library. I have gathered together the supplies I need to make some banners. For one banner, I have black wool, some dye, and the wither skeleton skull. For the other banner, I have red wool, pink dye, a brick, block, and vines to make more banner patterns, and of course, the Snout pattern that we just got. First up is to craft up the extra banner patterns I need. Let's see, which one of these bookcases is really the loom? Oh, here it is. Can I reach that? All right, I played around a lot with some ideas in creative mode to get the look I wanted. And man, shout out to all the people who post banner ideas. It was fun to look at all the designs people have come up with. All right, let's go put these up and call this build complete. Oh wait, let's put on some tunes. Okay, back to work. Now for the second part of this video. My storage room is a mess. Everyone keeps dumping stuff in here. Some of my chests are overfull, others are still empty. What? Also, I thought what was going to be a clever design of having 2 aisles, it actually drives me crazy when I'm trying to empty my inventory. First, I'm going to remove all the empty chests and make navigable room in here, and then I'm going to push out the walls. All the chests behind me have stuff in them. I'm going to have to systematically move them chest by chest so things don't despawn. Ooh, it's raining outside. A perfect day for storage renovations. I'm burying the frog lights again under slabs for ambient light, and then I'm going to go ahead and put in the walls. I have a basic idea of where I want what, so I'll just move it chest by chest. Tedious, but necessary. This time, I'm giving everything a double chest. I know some are going to end up staying half full, but I'm a bit wood rich and time poor to be dealing with all these overfull chests. I've organized the left side of the room to be trees, and then the back is mostly stone. Oh, now for the hard part. All that stuff that needs thoughtful categorization. I'm adding what I call an attic above the stone chest for the things that I want to keep, but really aren't accessed much for building. Stuff like profession tables. I'm done. Let me give you a tour. All right, so I'm keeping the dump in, but it's also where I can put stuff that needs to go out, like to the village or the potion room. Over here is my personal stuff, like my travel bed and my extra enchanted tools. I don't really want them to clutter up my ender chest, but they need to be easy to access. Trees and wood are all on the left. Before, I was separating the logs from the crafted pieces like stairs, and it ended up being a huge waste of energy, opening up 2 half-full chests. I'm not really a hoarder of wood, so these are never going to fill up. On this wall, I have stone. Now, stone and dirt, now that can be more of a problem. Hopefully by the time these fill up, I'll have shulker boxes. Up high, I put redstone, glowstone, basalt, amethyst, and seeds. Those are things I don't really randomly gather when I'm on adventures, so it's okay they're a bit out of the way. This wall is organized as best I can figure. I have space above for more items if I collect too much to be able to sort things together. And over here is iron, the precious stuff, items that are made with iron, and all those weird items that are made with any type of wood. All right, well, it's not perfect. My family will be constantly asking me where stuff is, but I'm super pleased with the space and the access. One thing I removed from my storage are all the armor and weapons. I've decided that I do want to build an armory and try to collect all those smithing templates. I found the perfect place for a little entrance. I don't think this should be a big building. I think the armory should be more discreet and tucked into the wall. I also want this room to be connected to all my other rooms from the inside. So that's a goal I've had from the beginning. I think that all the people in this village would have interior connections to all of their buildings so they could visit each other, as well as being able to be protected in case of an attack. All right, so I have all my armor stuff in here, but I'm going to work on digging this area out and, doing this whole thing in the next episode. I think I've done plenty of building today. It's so nice to be back in the valley again. Thanks for watching. Bye.